When I first met my wife, our kitchen was filled with frozen pizzas, canned goods, and boxed pastas. I knew I had my work cut out for me.
Dating a New Orleans chef was like being in heaven. And luckily for me, we fell in love and got married a year and a half later.
Now, we are ready to grow our family. But Stacy is still lacking a few skills in the kitchen, to put it nicely.
It's time to start cooking.
Today is my first attempt at teaching Stacy how to cook. So I got her in the kitchen for a little pulled pork recipe that I came up with.
Which is absolutely delicious. Eric's cooked it several times. We had a Bonco party, we had a family football game over here, and everybody asked for the recipe.
So that's the plan. Next time some of my buddies come over for a football game, I can sit on the couch and Stacy can be in the kitchen cooking. So I went to the grocery store today, picked out some red onions and carrots and a 5-pound bone-in pork butt, which we're going to use. We're going to season it up, sear it off first, and then drop it in our pot. So, you ready to start cooking? So now what we're going to do is, are you going to get your hands dirty and do this?
I guess.
Or are you going to make me do it?
What do I have to do?
You got to take this and rub it on all sides of the pork shoulder,
Okay.
or pork butt, whichever one you have.
All right. Just like that?
Just like that, with your hands. Just get in there and get dirty. Well, I'm proud of you for getting your hands dirty and touching the raw meat, getting it all nice and seasoned up evenly.
Thanks.
Thanks. You're welcome. Start at the top, slide all the way down.
That doesn't work.
You gotta start at the top.
Well, I did.
And then,
All right, let me just try it.
well, I'm gonna show you how the easiest way to use it.
I mean, I had peeled carrots before. These are just like crooked carrots.
Let me finish. Just take it forever. Yeah, a little bit than that. Hold on, let me clean this up a little bit first, babe. Hold on.
Okay.
Stop! I
Got
got
the
time. The hold up means stop for just 10 seconds. Keep this tip here, and push down with the back. And then move it with the other hand. Instead of
Alright.
picking up the whole knife.
So I think I did a pretty good job with the chopping once I got the hang of it. What you said?
You did alright. And you kind of make me nervous too.
I don't know. Like nervous that I'm gonna mess up your knife or cut off my finger?
Well, you already messed up the knife.
Really?
Okay. So turn our fire on high. You're gonna get this pan really good and hot before we put anything in it. Because we're gonna put a big piece of meat in it. It's gonna cool it off a lot.
Okay.
So a little bit of oil. A little
More?
more. That's good. Get your pair of tongs ready. Probably gonna have to use your hand a little bit too. All right, let's go ahead and put the meat in.
With this?
You can use your hands right now.
I don't think I'm gonna lift it with this.
You're just gonna turn it with that.
Okay.
But go ahead and get it in there because it's getting hot.
Oh.
Now watch it. It's smoking. Go ahead and put it in. Put it in slow. There you go. Just like that.
All right.
And we're gonna let this cook for a minute or two on each side, and then turn it.
I don't think I can do this.
No?
It's like heavy.
All right.
No, I really can't.
All right. Let's see.
The hard part was turning the meat on the pan. I was afraid that it would splatter.
It can burn. You gotta use a little muscle though.
Yeah,
That's what it takes to cook.
I didn't know that.
Hold this with one hand, and then just, there you go. You hear how it sizzles when you do that? Because it's touching a different part of the pan that's really hot.
Okay.
Just want to make sure that you're not letting any one spot get too hot. Because you see all the seasonings inside in there? They'll burn if they just sit there in the same spot.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay, so in our pot, you're going to add a cup of chicken stock. Measure out a quarter of a cup of apple cider vinegar. quarter of a cup of that rice wine vinegar. Both of these vinegars are sweet vinegar, kind of mild in the vinegariness. I wouldn't use white vinegar to do this. It's going to totally overpower everything. Drop this guy in here.
Turn this off?
Nope, leave it on. Add your onions and carrots
To what pot?
to the skillet.
Oh.
We're going to go ahead, dump it in. Like, just dump the whole bowl. There you go. We need to deglaze this pan. So we're getting all that good seasoning that got left behind in here. Alright, now you can turn the fire off. Add that to here. Add our onions and carrots to the rest of what we have going on.
Okay.
Alright, now let's turn this fire on
To what?
to about medium. We want this to come to a boil,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to let it simmer.
Okay.
And we're going to cover it. Where did the lid go? Here we go. We'll cover this. So it's kind of knock over this side. And this is going to go for probably about 5 hours before it's done.
Okay.
And that's the first part of it. That's done.
Okay. So that's it for 5 hours?
So that's it for 5 hours. We sit and wait.
Okay.
So, yeah, a couple spoonfuls of mayo. Put it in there. And then about the same amount of Creole mustard. Gonna squirt that in there. We're gonna get this little mix, and we can either use it just like that as a dressing on the sandwich, or what you might want to do is add some cabbage to it, some chopped up cabbage, and stir that around and make like a little coleslaw out of it. And that'll be really good in the sandwich too. Let's finish up our pulled pork. Take the lid off. Tongs, get in there and squish it up. Make sure it's all nice and cooked and tender. There you go. See how it's all falling apart? Now it's nice and cooked.
Yep.
Let it get some of that juice in there. Most of this juice is actually fat from the pork. So it's really just been sitting there cooking in its own juice, which gives it a great flavor. That, give me a little of our dressing on there. Just kind of spread it around. Another thing I like for these sandwiches is some fried onion rings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to keep it simple for Stacy, we're just going to use these. So get a little fork on there. Perfect. Get a little. Open it up. There you go. And we're going to have our sandwiches with some homemade French fries and a little corn on the cob. And then, what are you going to drink with this? How about a cold beer? Or, how about a nice glass of 2009?
You made Kool-Aid?
I made Kool-Aid. Wild cherry raspberry Kool-Aid. Perfect match.
Okay, there it is. I
So-
did it.
Good job. Or do you understand how to make pulled pork now? Can you do it by yourself?
I think I could, maybe.
Yeah?
I think I just would need to get a smaller piece of meat.
That's dangerous.
Why?
A smaller piece of meat.
Why is that dangerous?
Because what am I supposed to say to that? Sometimes you gotta play with the big meat. I mean, hey. That's why.
Well, I've definitely learned a lot today, and I'm excited to know how to make pulled pork. To get the recipe, be sure to visit what'sinthepot.com.
Am I supposed to add something after that?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.